Hello, best friends. Guess who's back? It's me. You knew it was me. You clicked on the link. Surprise! We're drawing Parasite this week. I feel like no one's surprised. Maybe you're surprised. It's not Chef. But don't worry about it. Chef will come, or it won't. We'll see. So Parasite. I absolutely adore this movie. If you didn't know, it is probably my favorite movie of all time. And it's one of the prettiest movies, in my humble opinion. I think that every single shot of this movie is gorgeous. You could create a portrait of so many different moments. All of the sets are just pieces of art, everything. I'm in love with it. It is perfect. It's beautiful. If you haven't seen it, I don't understand how you haven't. It's so good. I wish I could see it for the first time again. Honestly, the people who haven't seen it yet are lucky because that means that you still have yet to experience seeing this movie for the first time, and I envy you for that. But anyway, let's talk about some art, shall we? So I'm drawing the wonderful, the talented, the beautiful, the amazing Park So-dam, who plays Ki Jong, the intelligent con artist daughter. One thing that I learned when doing research for this video that I thought was really fun was that when director Bong Joon-ho contacted Park So-dam to read for the part, I guess, she didn't actually believe that it was him, so she left him on red and didn't answer his text or his message, which I think is just hilarious to think about the Oscar-winning director Bong Joon-ho not being able to get a text back from this young talented actress because she doesn't believe that it's him. I think that's amazing. So if you haven't noticed yet, I'm doing this whole piece in black and white, which is different from my last video, but I wanted to switch things up. And if you didn't know, Parasite actually had a theatrical black and white release, and although I didn't get the chance to see it in black and white in theaters, I wanted to pay my respects to Bong Joon-ho for doing this. But to be honest, I'm kind of just doing it because it looks cool, and I like drawing in black and white. But our man Bong Joon-ho was actually a much classier, thoughtful man. Shocker. And he decided that, or he chose to re-release it in black and white. He hoped that with the colors gone, viewers could see more clearly the contrast in living conditions between the rich and poor families, which as a storyteller, I think is just such a cool reason to re-release an entire film theatrically. And the fact that he was capable of being able to do this was just very cool. Another cool thing about this movie, pretty much everything about this movie is cool. But if you don't know this, I hope to blow at least one of your minds with this fact. The Kim's house, the semi-basement on the city street, was a complete set. If you didn't know, they actually built it inside a tank so that they could pull off the flooding scene later. And the rich house, the Parks house, was also a complete set. There were 3 different floors built out flat all across the ground, and then were just CGI'd together to look like a fully built home, which I think is amazing, insane. I actually thought I had seen somewhere that Bong Joon-ho had designed the house, but after doing research, I found out that Bong Joon-ho did a lot of sketches of the basic structure for the rich house. He further revealed that when the production designer consulted an actual architect to design this home, the architect saw the sketches that Bong Joon-ho did and said, quote, "No idiot would build houses this way. This is ridiculous." Which I am just so thankful that Bong Joon-ho was kind enough to share that comment with the world, because I think that's the funniest thing ever. And as someone who is interested in storytelling myself, you don't have to know everything. You just gotta know the right people. If any of you saw a couple seconds ago that I started drawing, or at least shading, the hand holding the peach, but then I stopped, and then I did it again, but it looked different, and then I stopped again and erased it, and then went to do the hair. I didn't know exactly how I wanted her to look, I didn't know exactly what style I wanted to draw Ki-jung as. So I was having trouble trying things and not liking them. So then I decided to give up on the hand and move on to the hair because it was something that I could get done. I, I think I knew how I wanted it to look. I think I pulled it off. But that just seems to be one consistency with all of my art that I do. I don't know what I'm doing a lot of the time, and I redo things a lot, and I draw things that I don't like a lot. But that's one of the beautiful things that I love about digital art is that I have that leeway. And here I'm trying again, shading the arm with a pencil brush, not really knowing what I'm doing. You can kind of tell that my heart isn't in this when I start it because it just was sloppier than usual. But again, I give up on trying to shade, and then I realize maybe there's a missing piece, and that's where me drawing this line art comes in because something wasn't tying it together in my brain. I wasn't really loving how the sketchy pencil looked compared to the watercolory background. So I was hoping, I did line art in my last piece too. So I was hoping that it would kind of give a little sense of unity and cohesiveness. That's the word, right? Make it look cohesive. And I think it does. You'll be able to see where it continues as I go on. But I think the line art was something that added a nice little, it kind of grounded it, which I appreciated. And then I could play with the coloring of the line art later, which was fun, and you'll get to see that too. I want to take a second to thank everyone who commented on my last video, talked to me about my last video. It was so insanely motivating and so fun to see what you guys thought and any movie ideas you had for next week, like that kind of thing. It was just so fun. So, to keep that going, what were your favorite parts of Parasite? What were the unforgettable moments, the unforgettable shots, either the time that you laughed out loud or you jumped out of your seat or anything? I want to know what stuck out to you because every single scene in this movie is amazing, and I want to talk about every single one. If you haven't seen Parasite and you're still watching this video, Mom, you have homework to do as soon as it ends. You need to go watch it. It's so good. Okay. Comment your favorite part or a part that stood out. Anything. I want to talk about Parasite because I love this movie. Thank you. So another little fun thing that I got to watch when prepping for this video was an interview moment where when asked if there was anything in Parasite that director Bong would want to change, he responded, one, that is a very fatal question, which is a funny thing to say, but two, there are 3 distinct things that he would change in this movie. However, those 3 specific things are very confidential, and he said that maybe he'll share those things about 10 years from now. So if I can direct your attention back to the screen if you were, I don't know, not paying attention to it, you can see that I finally decided on how I wanted to shade Ki-jung's skin and the peach in the shirt. And I decided to go with the same brush that I did the background with, which I thought I wasn't going to do. And then I did it. And I think it looks pretty cool. And I just want to stress again, especially for anyone who does art themselves, I tried, I think, 4 or 5 different textures of brushes to do before I settled on this one. Oh, and also what I'm doing right here, I'm recoloring the line art to be white, which is brighter than the highlight color that I had used for the rest of the skin. I used like a very light gray, so the white would really stand out and really look like the sun is shining on her, which I think had a pretty cool impact. Speaking of her and this peach, this amazing scene, this incredible montage scene, there was a Reddit Q&A a while back with Bong Joon-ho, and he was asked what the inspiration for this weaponizing peach scene was, and he actually typed back, "One of my college friends had a peach allergy. We all thought he was joking and bought a peach to throw at him, and his entire body turned red. It was all very shocking, and we felt very bad. But I didn't throw the peach. It wasn't me! With 2 exclamation points, which is the best thing I've ever seen a director write on the internet ever. And I love knowing that this scene was inspired by actual real life Bong Joon-ho's experience. Oh my god. It's amazing. Okay, I'm at the end now. There's me adding my little stamp. I did it. And I actually did it a lot faster than my last piece. I finished this one in I think 3 hours. So I hope you guys liked it. I think my favorite part is the back of her hand, but also the car. The car was really fun. Okay, I'll take a step back and let you guys watch the quick little time lapse. Ta-da! I hope you guys like it. If there's any specific parts in the drawing that you really liked, or you thought the technique was interesting, or anything, if there's anything noteworthy, honestly, good or bad, I'd love to hear it. I love talking with you guys. Honestly, I just like talking in general. Please leave a comment. um, Comment another movie that I should draw. I want to know. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, every single one of you. You're a bestie. Okay, subscribe for more. Thank you. Bye.